Alrighty. So the reboot of the Doom series just came out a little while ago, and I'm thinking I should say right off, to me it doesn't feel too much like Doom. So you got the demons, you got your gun, you got your armor, but other than that, it really didn't feel too much like Doom to me. Like, they're trying to bring back an old game, and they're trying to make it better, but it just doesn't work the way they did it. So, you got the glory kills, which I imagine you remember seeing if you watched anything from E3 or the demos, where, it's your chief way of replacing health. You run up to say, like, just a normal zombie, you rip its arm off, you beat it to death with it. Kinda cool. After, you do it a couple hundred times in a room, it gets a little bit old, but not too bad. But, there's a couple things about it that could be better. For instance, you only get health for a while. And then after a while, you unlock a way to get armor from it. And this is a kind of a problem I have with the game, is there's something called rune trials. And what these rune trials are, is their little challenge mode, which you can get. You go up, you activate the room, you do the challenge, and the challenge can be quite annoying sometimes. And then, you finish that, you unlock something new. And it can range from getting more ammo to getting, demons are stud longer. Demons, you can execute them from a longer range. But the problem is the rune trials really break up the game that's attempting to be fast-paced. But the game itself kind of breaks it up when you have to perform platforming challenges and try to figure out where the next area you're supposed to be going is. Like, sure, there's objective markers, don't get me wrong. There's an objective marker that says, hey, go here. But the game seems to be trying to pride itself a bit on exploration as well, by telling you, hey, there's like 10 secrets in this level, one of which is always a old level from the original Dooms that you can unlock to play. And it's one of those, you're running around, you're trying to figure out, okay, is it down here, is it up here? And there's a lot of times where some of these just lead into a dead end, which is like, come on, don't waste my time, don't waste your time. Now, the other main things I've been having with this is, as I was also bitching about, there's weapon challenges too now, where you can earn points to upgrade your weapons, and as you upgrade your weapons, you go through, and you eventually get, after you fully upgrade one set, you have a challenge you have to do, and some of these challenges are really temperamental depending on what type. And by meaning temperamental, I mean, what's the word? It's like, very specific circumstances have to be met in order for you to stand any chance at all. And honestly, if you really want to complete most of the challenges, your best bet is just to go back to one of the older levels, because the moment you pass a level, you can go back and replay it any time with all the gear you have accumulated. So go back to an earlier level where there's a lot of weak demons and fight them with that. Like, one of the challenges, say for the super shotgun, which is just, the fancy term for the double-barreled shotgun, is to get multiple kills with one shot. And later demons, it's taken like 10 shots just to, get them to the point you can glory kill them. So go back to the older ones and exploit that a bit. Now, story-wise, and this is gonna be a little bit, because I'm a huge proponent of the story. Like, now, for me, a lot of people are like, oh, the multiplayer. I'm not even gonna review the multiplayer. Okay, I'll review it a little bit. It's tolerable, irritating at times, but tolerable. There's your review on the multiplayer. This is supposed to be about the single player. A story can make or break a game for me. Like, it's probably the best story I have seen in games. Like, I'll go back and play Quake 2 through and through multiple times. I honestly think I played Quake 2 more than I played any other game, but I diverge just because of the story. And so we have a story that's occasionally told to us. Doom 3 has been written out completely, it seems. Like, the original Doom 3 happened in 2145. The expansion pack, Resurrection of Evil, happened in 2147. This game happened sometime after 2148. maybe during 2148. There's no definite date given, which I don't really like, but hey, it's trying to bring back the feeling of the old Dooms, where you're running around, there's a lot of demons you're supposed to be fighting, and it's one of those, like, It's a very solid But the main problem with the story I have is later on in the game, you see one of the hologram motivators, I'm just gonna call them. You know, the guys like, yeah, we're working together as a family to make the UAC the best we can. And it's Union Aerospace Corporation, for anyone who doesn't know, that's the main problem already, it's a corporation. But it says, exploiting demons for a better tomorrow. If your sentence includes exploiting and demons, you have done something wrong. And, you know, it comes across later where there's the, Mancubus, I want to call them, the guys with the dual rocket launchers on their arms, where they've been cybernetically enhanced. For what purpose? Like, what are you planning to do with these guys? Are you planning to sick them on your corporate rivals? Is that your plan? Like, that's a horrible idea. And then it's revealed, you know, the way some of the demons you're fighting have been made have been by exposing some humans to hell energy to see, you know, okay, let's just try to make them. It's like, no. And the original Dooms are all about a portal being opened up because the UAC was experimenting teleportation. This one is one teleporter through the whole game. Like, sometimes you will be teleported to and from, it's called Tethered from Hell. But it's like, come on, like, that's no story. And as you go later in the game, you find out that this whole thing was pretty much set off by some crazy bitch. Not even putting it simple, like the demons apparently promised her something, and it just, you know, obviously never came to fruition, that started doing human sacrifices and started pulling employees. Like, there's only like three defined characters in this one, and they're random employees. He's filling the rest, and there's no, like, identifying them. It's just like, same, like, bald guy number 37, who you've seen, like, for the millionth time. It's like, all of a sudden, just stab bald guy 34, and, well, the, like, 6 or 7 unidentified bald guys sit around chanting him, and someone stands in the background. You guys knew this was going to happen. And there was one guy, he's like, oh yeah, we got you because we knew this was going to happen. It's like, if you knew this was going to happen, why were you doing it? And that's my main problem with the story, is it feels too much like, yeah, we knew it was going to happen, but we went ahead and did it anyway. The random hand of plot. And other than that, there's no real story. And there's one miserable moment of it for me was, you do a casualty assessment, and it says, you know, oh, like, 89% of the people are dead. Okay, that means there's 11% still here. I think they said there's something like 60,000 employees, which means 6,000 should still be alive and kicking. You don't ever see them. Like, never in the game do you see another person. You see, well, technically, you see the main evil bitch and the main don't expect a betrayal guy. And then once you finish, and I'm going to do a bit of a spoiler warning here, once you finish the mission, the game, and you seal the portal, obviously it's the only way you can succeed at this point. I mean, come on. You seal the portal. The guy's like, thanks for sealing the portal. I'm going to tether you off somewhere and continue the experiments. Don't worry about it. If we need you again, we'll call. It's like, really? Like, come on. I'm not, you know, some corporate bodyguard who comes in and mops up the mess every time. And that's one of the things I really didn't like about this Doom, is the story is incredibly lacking, especially after being put up against Doom 3. So if you want my personal thoughts of it, I would say, you know, 5 stars. You know, combat's fun, gets old after a while, and the story is incredibly lacking.